You ever see a massive new bridge going up? Or maybe a huge stadium? Or a super complex tunnel system? And you just think, how on earth does something like that even get built? Well, the answer usually isn't just one company. It's often a special kind of super team assembled for that one single mission. It's called a joint venture. And today we're going to go inside the blueprint of these incredible partnerships.
So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by defining what a joint venture actually is. Then we'll look at the project blueprint they build from, follow the journey from plan to project, and then we're going to dig into the hidden dangers they face and the playbook they use to manage it all. Okay, let's dive right in. What exactly makes up this construction super team?
Right. So, first things first, this is not a merger. It's not like two companies become one forever. A joint venture, or JV, is more like a temporary team-up. It's a strategic alliance between firms to tackle one specific project. They pool all their resources, they share the profits, and maybe most importantly, they share the massive risks involved.
So why even do this? Well, think about it. Some projects are just too big, too expensive, or way too complex for any single company to handle alone. By forming a JV, they can split that enormous financial burden. Plus, they get to combine their superpowers. Maybe one company is a genius at tunneling, while another is the best at building bridges. It lets them scale up and get the job done.
But look, a partnership this big isn't built on just handshakes and good intentions. No way! It's built on a rock-solid foundation of incredibly detailed documents and really clearly defined roles. You could call it the project's official blueprint. And this table here illustrates just how specialized these teams are. Of course, you've got the project director, the one steering the whole ship, but look closer. You've got dedicated health, safety, and environment, or HSE, personnel. You have a specific environmental team, and then you've got the construction team on the ground. Every single unit has a crystal clear mission, which makes sure that safety and environmental protection are treated as just as important as the actual construction. And these are the official rule books. The CMEMP, that's the big one, the master guide for handling all environmental risks. But it gets even more specific from there. You'll have plans for known hazards, like asbestos, and these detailed method statements, which are basically super detailed step-by-step recipes for how to do a job safely. Honestly, this level of detail is the real game changer. It's what allows hundreds of people from totally different company cultures to work together safely on what could otherwise be a really chaotic site.
So you've got the plan, you've got the team. How does a JV go from a stack of paper to a finished structure? Well, the whole process unfolds in 5 distinct stages. It all kicks off with project initiation. That's getting the right team together and defining the mission. Then comes planning and design, where all those rule books we just talked about get created. Next up is site establishment, where the physical groundwork is laid. The main event, of course, is execution and monitoring, the actual building, all while keeping a constant eye on safety and risks. And finally, you have audit and review, where they double and triple check that everything was done to the absolute highest standard.
Now, a perfect plan on paper is one thing, but the real world, especially the ground right under our feet, well, it's rarely perfect. And this is where a JV's real strength is truly tested.
Because when you start digging for a new skyscraper or you're demolishing some old factory, you really never know exactly what you're going to find. The biggest challenges, the biggest dangers, are often completely invisible.
Yeah, the ground can hide some pretty nasty secrets. We're talking about soil that's contaminated with things like heavy metals or chemicals from old industrial sites. You could uncover hazardous materials like asbestos in older buildings. And hey, the act of construction itself can create pollutants like sediment runoff or even fuel spills that all have to be carefully managed.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When you're dealing with risks you can't even see, how do you protect your workers, the public, and the environment? Well, they do it with a proactive playbook. Instead of just reacting when things go wrong, a well-run JV has a whole set of strategies ready to go before the first shovel even touches the dirt.
First up is site investigation, basically doing their homework by testing the soil and water. Second, they have an unexpected finds protocol. This is a pre-made emergency plan for that moment someone yells, "Whoa, stop, what is that?" Third is remediation, which is the active process of actually cleaning up a site. And fourth is super diligent waste separation, making absolutely sure that any contaminated material is isolated and handled properly.
And this, right here, really gets to the absolute heart of it. A JV's true strength isn't just the impressive thing it builds, it's measured by the invisible risks it navigates along the way. That is the real test of their success.
And that brings us full circle, doesn't it? It's the joint venture framework itself, with its combined expertise, its shared resources, and all that meticulous planning that makes it possible to manage this unbelievable level of complexity and build the giants that shape our world.
So the final structure we all see is really built on an invisible one made of plans and protocols and partnerships. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What other complex systems that run our world are hiding right there, in plain sight?